It is Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9. Know therefore that the Lord thy God is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that loved him, and keep his commandment to 1,000 generations. He's so faithful. He can never fail. Whatever you read during the study of his word, whatever you see, pay your tithe, made riches available, silver and gold, tamai. They are faith. He is faithful to the implementation. He never fails. If God is not, I will not be the type that should be standing before you. I will never. But my standing before you is an evidence of his faithfulness. On this same bus stop, I have shouted for passenger. And you have been telling you number 5 or so, Kopiti Street, Alakara. That's when I learned a lot for 3 years. So the story is not too far. You can go there and find out. I did not even finish secondary school. But when you see my CV today, you will marvel. The international is almost even more than the local, to the glory of Almighty God. And that's to tell you God's faithfulness. Praise the name of the Lord. Then because of our time, the last one is prayer. Prayer is the strongest force on the surface of this earth. Where your prayer stop is where your riches, your goodness, where it stopped. It is one important factor or one important avenue to link yourself to heaven. Through prayer, you call the attention of heaven. There are several ways to draw heaven attention, but one of them is prayer. You need to pray. Now, why do we need to pray? See, the Bible, a man was asleep, his enemy came. That means God is aware of this enemy. And enemies, sometimes, one winch was confessing one day, sir. And they said, what did that particular person you killed did for you? He said, nothing. But when we are going to our meeting, we see some people sleeping. We just decided to injure them. So many battles some of us are going through is not because our parents sin. So it could be as a result of some people's wickedness. And that is where prayer comes in. It could be as a result. You see, the situation in Nigeria, you don't know somebody, you don't go anywhere. But with prayer, somebody can just look at you and say, wow, how are you? What do you want? Follow me. He doesn't know you. I used to attend interview. And when we ask people, who brought you? They will say so and so. Where do you know him? And he says, I don't know him. He just decided to help me. I've had cases like that. I saw a guy that came for an interview one day with a little child. And I fell in love with that child. And when I got to the panel, I made sure I helped the guy. I told him later, do you know why I helped you? In fact, 2 of them. Because you came with your child. That means you are a father. You have responsibility. I don't know him. There are some places where you need favor. The fact that you have come to church to pray does not mean battles will not come. Battles will come. Look at that King, 2 Kings chapter 6. Do you know they told the prophet, this place is becoming small. Look at verse 2. Permit us to go and look for a better place for establishment. The man asked them to go. But while they were cutting tree to make a kind of a tent, there was what? An error. The axe broke, despite the fact that the man of God permitted them. This will not torment you. But you've got the power of prayer to attack them. And immediately back to the man of God and say, even this particular ourselves is not our own. We borrow it. The church of Elisha. If you remember, Pastor